We asked cattlemen and women from around the country why they think it's important to eliminate the death tax.
I mean, I don't know why the government needs to double, triple tax people. You know, they work hard. I mean, here we are on a Sunday being interviewed. You know, we're up early working. I mean, that's us in a lot of agriculture, puts in a lot of hours. And, you know, double, triple taxing them doesn't make sense to me. So we're in complete support of death tax repeal.
I don't like it because I feel like if you work something hard all your life for something, and you want to leave it to your children, you should be able to leave it to them without having them to have to pay taxes.
You know, the death tax really adversely impacts farm and ranch families because you are land rich and cash poor, as the saying goes. And so, you know, even if you can spend, you know, inordinate amounts of money on accountants and lawyers, somehow finagling it so that you do not have to sell off portions of your land base when, you know, there's a death in the family, basically you've just wasted all that money that you could have put into the operation making it better. And if there was no death tax, there would be no reason to waste all that money, basically avoiding something that, you know, was well intended 100 years ago, but I think really injures families now. It really injures agriculture, and frankly, it really injures conservation, large-scale conservation, because what happens is a lot of times ranches have to just split up and carve off pieces, and that's not good for the industry, it's not good for wildlife, it's not good for watersheds. There are so many negative impacts of the death tax that I just think are not considered at high levels that are vital to rural and agricultural America.
If you've been impacted by the death tax, the National Cattlemen's Beef Association wants to hear your story. The NCBA staff in D.C. will use them to educate lawmakers on the devastating consequences of the death tax to farmers and ranchers across the U.S. Send your story to the email address taxstories@beef.org. The hope is that your words will help build a case to repeal the death tax once and for all.